Internet search tips make finding and evaluating information on the web faster and easier. The words you type into a Google search box are called keywords. Which keywords you choose has a big effect on what results you get and how easy it is to find the information that you need. Try to focus on a few key terms rather than full sentences or questions. It can also help to place the more important terms earlier in your search. The best candidates for keywords are usually nouns. Linking words like a fact or relationship are implied, so it's better to leave them out. Fewer words is usually best. But be careful not to leave out any main ideas. Check out the Magnetic Keywords game to test out your keyword selecting skills, magnetic poetry style. Even if you've never given much thought to choosing keywords before, you may have noticed that Google tries to make up for that by doing a few things to improve your search automatically, like including plurals, basic synonyms, and ranking the results. There are a few tricks that you can use to make your searches even more specific, however. Quotation marks are great for when you want a phrase to appear in your results exactly how you've entered it. This is good for names, titles, compound terms, or book or song quotes, but not for full sentences or questions, which would be too restrictive. If there are multiple acceptable terms or synonyms for a part of your search, you can tell Google that only one of them needs to appear in each result by connecting the words with a capitalized "or." If there's a word that keeps popping up in your search results that you don't want there, try putting a minus sign in front of it. This can be a great trick, but choose the excluded term carefully to be sure you're not accidentally leaving out relevant results. For example, if you're planning a beach trip, you probably don't want to be reading about reality TV stars. When using Google for academic research, it's often helpful to focus on only certain types of websites, like government, nonprofit, or education pages. The cite: command can help you do that. For example, adding cite:/gov to your search will return only websites that end in .gov. This can be useful for searching individual websites as well, if they're lacking an internal search engine. Lastly, you can always narrow your search by date by expanding the Search Tools menu on the results screen. If you're sifting through a long web page and want to locate a specific term, Control-F is a huge time saver. When doing academic research, Google Scholar is an alternative to subscription databases worth checking out. It is an academically oriented subset of the Internet, focusing on scholarly articles. But often non-academic materials slip through too, so be sure to pay attention to your results. Some links may take you to a publisher's website to purchase the article, but Touro libraries can get it to you for free, either in one of our databases or through interlibrary loan. To automatically link your Google Scholar results to full text from Touro's subscriptions, access it through the database list on tourolib.org. You can also link Google Scholar to Touro's resources manually. The Internet is an excellent resource. It provides convenient access to an enormous amount of information, but all sources of information on the Internet are not equal. Some content is produced by the government or scholars, some by teens in their bedroom. Some is factual, some is biased, some is just plain wrong. But as researchers and consumers of information, your task is to filter out the credible and useful from the irrelevant or misleading. To decide if the information presented is trustworthy, and to understand how it might best be used in your research, ask yourself some of the following questions. Think about its currency. When was this written? And how current should the information that you need be? Is it relevant? Does it answer your question? Or is there a better place that you could find this information? The authority? Is the author identified? What are his or her qualifications? Or is it backed by a reputable institution or publication? Is it accurate? Can you check with references listed? Can you verify the information elsewhere? Is the tone of the language appropriate? And lastly, think about its purpose. Why was this website created? Perhaps to educate, entertain, persuade, to sell something? Is there excessive advertising? And what does the domain name reveal? Although Wikipedia is not a scholarly source and should not be cited in an academic paper, it can still be an incredibly helpful resource for getting background information on an unfamiliar topic and to lead you to more appropriate sources through footnotes and external resources. If you found a solid Wikipedia article, be sure to note down potential keywords and items for further research while reading. If you find an idea that you'd like to use, be sure to track down its original source to incorporate that into your paper. And remember, to find additional resources about these or any other topics related to research and library use, don't forget to visit the Student Services page on the library website.